You've talked about your own presidential ambitions. You're mulling it. You're actively pursuing it. This is a state that's associated with another Texan that's rolled out the red carpet for his brother as well as himself. How are you feeling about Florida? Do you think this is a state that can roll out the red carpet for yet another guy from Texas?
Well, I'm looking very seriously at the 2016 presidential race. And the reason for that is simple. We're at a time of crisis. We're at the edge of a fiscal and economic cliff, and I think it's now or never. We cannot continue down this path. It's not working. The Obama economy is a disaster. Obamacare is a train wreck. Our constitutional rights are under assault from Washington, and the Obama-Clinton foreign policy has left the world on fire. I think it's now or never. And I think Americans are looking for a strong conservative who will stand up and lead, who will speak the truth and bring us back to the free market principles and the constitutional liberties this country was built on. There is a better way than what we're on right now. And that's a matter of common sense that brings together Republicans and Democrats and independents and libertarians. And I'll tell you, the state of Florida plays a critical role in our national political process, in the process of nominating and electing a president. Both in the primary and the general, Florida is front and center. I've been incredibly humbled by the support we've been receiving here in Florida, both in terms of the grassroots, in terms of on the ground, but also in terms of financial support. And I've been blessed to spend a fair amount of time here in Florida, and I look forward to spending a lot more time here in Florida and making the case that there is a better way. And I'll tell you, for Republicans, we're about to have a robust debate among Republicans about who best to nominate. And I'll suggest for grassroots activists a test that all of us should ask every candidate, which is who's standing up and leading. You know, talk's cheap. In a Republican primary, every candidate is going to sound really conservative. It's not hard to read talking points. And the question that I think conservatives should ask is show me. Show me where you've stood up and fought. Show me where you bled. Show me what you've accomplished on the great issues of the day, on the great challenges of the day. Whether it's standing up for against Obamacare. When have you stood up and done so? Whether it is standing up against the debt and the debt ceiling that is crushing our kids and grandkids, whether it is standing up against President Obama's illegal and unconstitutional amnesty, whether it's standing up for our Second Amendment gun rights, whether it's standing up for the First Amendment, our free speech, our religious liberty, whether it's standing unfailingly by the nation of Israel, whether it's standing up against Iran acquiring nuclear weapons capability, the single gravest national security threat facing the country. I hope and believe that Republican primary voters all over the country are going to look at every candidate and say, show me where you've walked the walk. I think that's what we're looking for, and I think that's the only way we change course and we get back to the principles that have made America the greatest country in the history of the world. The key to turning this country around is we must reignite the miracle of America. And we're about to have a 2-year conversation about exactly how to do that.
Some in your party seem to think that Jeb Bush's stances on things like education or immigration might give him a tough time in a GOP primary. What do you think about, I guess, that lens that some in your party are looking at former Governor Bush through?
I think Jeb is a good man. I like and respect Governor Jeb Bush. I think he did an effective job as governor here in the state of Florida. I think we will have a vigorous debate in the Republican primary about what is the right path. And I'll tell you, I'm very much in the camp of Ronald Reagan, who said the way to win is to paint in bold colors, not pale pastels. I respect Jeb Bush very much, but we have significant policy disagreements.
Do you think he's a conservative?
That's a question ultimately for the primary voters to make. But I'll point out, for example, I passionately disagree with Common Core.